Okay, well, what you're probably thinking is, oh my God, what's he doing? But there's actually a good reason behind this. I was sitting there thinking about my show this year, and if I was going to put DR11 cremoras in it or not. And my only problem with doing that was that I know that they make a pretty considerable mess. And the second thing is I drill the holes in my tubes that I shoot cremoras out of, so I don't really ever want to put them back in a rack, just in case there is a possibility that I could forget about them, shoot a tube and shoot a shell out of it, which probably nothing would happen, but you just never know. So what I was thinking was, most of my racks are 15 or 20, 15, 18, 20 shot racks. I don't really like, I wouldn't want to shoot a cremora out of a 20 shot. I wouldn't want to shoot, say you're doing 3 fronts, and you got 3 20 shot racks on each front, or 15 shot, whatever. I use kind of higher shot count racks. I don't really use the 10 shot. So what I was thinking was, why not just make individual racks for my cremoras? So that's what I did. There's very little, there's hardly any recoil on them at all when they go off. It's not at all like a shell. So what I did was I had some sideboards that are about 15 inches tall. Well, I ripped them down to about 12 inches tall. And then ended up with a 3-inch piece that I just put as a base for the little rack. Then I measured 2 inches up from the bottom and 2 inches up from the top. Drew a line all the way across the rack and drilled my holes right along the lines. Of course, then I measured the angle. I used a little angle finder and measured the angle and drew the angle out, and then threw the tubes in it. Now, if you're going to use these in a show, you can always just slap a sideboard on it. So you can slap a sideboard on each side. Then you got a really stable rack. You know, run a 1 screw into the side of it, a couple screws into the side of them, whatever, you're done. So that's what I was kind of thinking. I kind of think it would be cool, you know, just like with the Comet racks, you can do angled ones. So I'm not exactly sure how they're going to turn out, so I'm going to try some out tonight and see how the angled ones will turn out. I don't know, with the powder sitting in there kind of funny, or not the powder, but the creamer sitting in there kind of at an angle. I don't know if I'll have any trouble. I don't think I will, but so I figured I'd try that out. So then I was thinking, I did this one with 2 creamers, or 2 mortars. So then I thought, well, hell, if I was going to do it, I could do one with 4. So now I've got this one with 4 mortars on it. Again, you can see I drilled the holes in the bottom for the E-match, okay? And then I did this one the same way. I did a line from the top, 2 inches from the top, 2 inches from the bottom, and that's where I drilled the holes. So, you know, it looks, while it doesn't look, you know, outstanding like our mortar rack does, it's still, everything's nice and straight. And your tubes aren't going anywhere. There's nowhere down for them to go because they're resting right on the end there, on the bottom. So I'm going to try these out. I figured, you know, if you do 3 of these and you're shooting 3 stations, that really, I think you'd be good. You know, you could do a couple, you could do your 3 stations, you could do 3 cremoras all left, you could do 3 all right, and then 3 straight up, or you could do the double in the middle if you want, and do 6 straight up, which would end up being like 3 big fireballs, because I guess when you do them sitting next to each other, they make one big fireball. So I'm going to try it tonight and see what they look like. Just something I wanted to say though real quick on these. You know, obviously you would never ever use these to shoot a shell out of, ever, for 2 reasons. First of all, you drill the hole in them, so you're going to lose a little bit of lift pressure. Again, that may not be the biggest deal. The biggest deal is, however, the fact that these are absolutely in no way at all safe to shoot a shell out of. This is not a rack. It's basically a brace for a tube. Something else that you would always want to think about is, you know, anybody that might come in contact with these, you want to, I would even limit, you know, you don't want your goofball neighbor to come over and see these, not know exactly what they are, and then, you know, come up with the wise idea to make some of his own. So this type of thing, I think you would want to kind of try to either immediately explain it once somebody sees it, or just try to limit people from seeing it, you know, because it's just not, even just looking at it, it just doesn't look like a good thing to do. With cremoras, I believe it's 100% safe because, like I said, there's no recoil from them. Again, definitely make sure if anybody were to see it, and you know, setting up your show or whatever, you explain to them what it is. So I'm gonna, I made 2 of these. I made the 4-shot and the 2-shot. I'm gonna try them tonight, and I don't know. We'll see how they look. I'll be back. Okay, well, I got these 2 loaded up. I don't know, inch from the top, 1.5 inches from the top. Ready to go. Get this running series, which means you tie the middle one together, and then the outsides to here. And then, important with cremoras, you always wrap them up. Okay, turn on, we got continuity. We'll cover it up. I'm using the little CP12 Pro. I like that little control desk. We're going to try it out. So it'll be just a second. We'll give it a shot. Alright, so let's power it on. Power. On District 1. We need cue number 1. Let's see how these babies look. 3, 2, 1. Oh, and only one of them went. Looked pretty good though. Let's go see what happened with the second. We're gonna see what's going on here. I'm gonna replace this match with a different one and try it again. Alright, I unhooked the other match. I just left it in there because I didn't want to try to pull it out. I don't know if the match I put in there got under the toilet paper or not, but I unhooked it, and I don't know. We got continuity on this one too, so let's see if this one works. Give it just a second here. Okay, well, we'll try it again with the new match in it and see what the hell. 3, 2, 1. There it went. Yeah, I must not have gotten it all the way under the, I don't know if I got it all the way under the toilet paper or not. But I think I'm going to try this again. This one I probably have a little bit too full. I have it about, probably about 3/4 of an inch from the top, and this one's about a little closer to being where it needs to be, about 1.5 inches from the top. Got the CP12 Pro. Shows continuity. Cover it up so I don't get shit all over it. And we'll go back and give it a shot. Turn it on. We got power. We're on District 1. We should be on Q1. Hopefully both the matches work. And 3, they're wired in series. So hopefully they'll both go at the same time. In 3, 2, 1. Oh. That was kind of cool. Didn't really go how I was thinking it would, but it looked kind of neat. I don't know. There you go. That's what happens when you V them out right next to each other. Okay. So we're going to walk up to this and see. This is why I say always cover your systems. Because this is the shit that flies all over them. There you go. So I'm going to try to do, I'm not going to wait till nighttime because I want to do it now. So I'm going to do 2 left. I'm going to set both these little racks up. I'm going to do the middle, like 1 in the middle, then I'm going to do both left and both right. So we'll see what it looks like. Okay. We're going to give this a shot. I got these 2 and that rack of 4 over there. And what I did was, again, I'm using the little CP12 Pro, and I've got them set up. I mean, this one says 5, 6, 7, 8, but I've got it at 1, 2, 3, 4 is how I've got it programmed. Same as the other one. So, I'll show you in just a second. We got continuity on both of them. See the green lights. We should be good to go. We're covered. There. There we got one left, one right. Here, let's see here. Raise the antenna. Okay, now we got continuity on all 4, and again we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to shoot one of these middle ones. I'm going to shoot, this is going to be cue number 1. This is going to be number 2, which is going to go with that one on the left for number 2. And then this is going to be number 3, which is going to go with that one on the left. It's going to be number 3. And then this last one's going to be number 4, straight up the middle. So we got them both set up. They're not very far apart at all, but I don't have very much room. So let's see here. They are there. You can see how far apart they are. They're maybe, I don't know, 15 foot, 20 foot. So we're going to come back here and give it a shot. Alright, here we go again. We're going to have number 1's going to be in the middle on that one. Number 2 is going to be both of them facing left. Number 3 is going to be both of them facing right. Number 4 is going to be the one in the middle again. That's something else I really like about these little receivers, is that you can program. It's not like the little single units where you got to have a whole bunch of them. Here you got basically as many as you want, because you can program however you want. So let's do the middle one in 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's try the 2 left in 3, 2, 1. The right. There they went, and the middle. Okay. Well, I got the matches out of the 2 that didn't go, and they fired. But it must have been the way I put them in there or something. They didn't contact the black powder, because I looked at one that did contact the black powder, and that's what it looks like. So these 2 went, the matches went. Wasn't the firing system's fault. Looks like it was my fault.